Picture this. You've just made a perfect sandwich. A masterpiece. You turn around for 1 second to grab a drink. And when you look back, your cat is on the table, giving your lunch a thorough sniff test. One paw already on the plate. Sound familiar? Do you think your little fluff ball is doing it just to spite you? Or is this some weird cat protest for more treats? Well, today we're decoding this feline mystery. We're going to uncover the real, secret reasons your cat thinks your table is their personal kingdom. And more importantly, we'll show you humane, genius ways to reclaim your space without declaring war on your cat. Before we start, drop the name of your countertop conquering cat in the comments below. Let's give these little rascals a shout out. First things first, let's get one thing straight. Your cat isn't just a cute, sleepy loaf of bread. Inside that fluffy body is the brain of a tiny apex predator, hardwired for very specific behaviours, and one of the biggest instincts is the need to be up high. In the wild, height means safety and power. From a high vantage point, they can spot both prey, like that lonely olive you just dropped, and predators, like the terrifying vacuum cleaner monster. So your table isn't just a place for meals. In their eyes, it's Mount Everest. It's a prime piece of real estate with a fantastic view and, let's be honest, an occasional buffet of delicious-smelling things. Understanding this tiny tiger brain is the first and most important step to outsmarting them in the kindest way possible. So your first instinct might be to shout no, or get down, at the top of your lungs. We've all been there, but here's the shocking truth. It doesn't work, and it can actually make things worse. Think about it from your cat's perspective. They might be bored, looking for something to do. They jump on the table and suddenly their favourite giant human stops everything, looks right at them, and makes loud, exciting noises. For a cat craving interaction, even your angry shout is a form of attention. You're accidentally rewarding the very behaviour you want to stop. They don't connect your yelling with the act of jumping. They just learn that you become loud and scary sometimes. This can damage your bond, making them anxious or fearful of you, which can lead to a whole host of other behavioural issues. We want to be their trusted guardian, not a source of random terror. Now let's talk about the most common piece of bad advice in feline history, the dreaded spray bottle. Everyone from your neighbour to your great aunt has probably suggested it. Please, for the love of all things fluffy, put the water pistol down. Here's why it's a terrible idea. The spray bottle works through fear and aversion. Your cat isn't learning I shouldn't be on the table. They're learning my human is unpredictable and sometimes shoots painful water at me for no reason. They will associate the scary event not with the table, but with your presence. What does this mean? You've just taught your incredibly smart cat to wait until you're not in the room to jump on the table. It doesn't solve the root cause of the behaviour, it just makes them sneaky. More importantly, it erodes the trust that is the foundation of your relationship. We're aiming for cooperation, not coercion. To truly solve the problem, we have to understand the why on a deeper level. Let's talk about their vertical world. Cats are what zoologists call scansorial, which is a fancy word, meaning they are biologically adapted for climbing. In their minds, the world isn't a flat floor. It's a 3D jungle gym full of possibilities. Your countertop, your bookshelves, the top of your fridge. These are the sturdy tree branches of their indoor jungle. Being high up allows them to survey their entire territory, feeling dominant and safe from any ground-level threats like the family dog, a curious toddler, or even just a lot of foot traffic. Denying them this fundamental instinct without providing a better alternative is like telling a fish not to swim. It's unfair and frustrating for them. So, the goal isn't to stop them from climbing, but to redirect that climbing instinct to a more appropriate place. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Your table and kitchen counters probably smell absolutely amazing to your cat. A cat's sense of smell is their superpower. It's about 14 times stronger than ours. So while you might not smell anything, they can detect the ghost of last night's chicken, the microscopic crumb from your toast this morning, and that tiny smear of butter you missed when wiping up. To their superpowered nose, your counter is a non-stop olfactory festival, a treasure map of delicious scents. They're not being deliberately naughty when they jump up to investigate. They are being highly efficient, opportunistic hunters following a promising scent trail. One of the most critical parts of your new strategy will be managing this scent environment to make the table far less of a temptation for their curious noses. This leads us to our first real, actionable step. Make the table boring. I mean profoundly, mind-numbingly uninteresting. This becomes your new religion. You must become a master of militant cleanliness. This means no crumbs left behind, no dirty dishes sitting out, no food of any kind left unattended. Ever. Not even for a minute. After every meal, wipe the table down thoroughly with a pet-safe cleaner. You are essentially creating a food desert in a place that was once a 5-star buffet. If every single time your cat makes the effort to jump up, they find absolutely nothing of interest, no smells, no snacks, no fun things to bat around, the reward for their effort completely disappears. Consistency is everything here. One forgotten slice of cheese can feel like a jackpot win to your cat and set your training back for weeks. Okay, so the table is clean, but your cat might still jump up out of habit. Now we begin a little counter-offensive. We need to make the surface itself temporarily unpleasant to walk on. Remember, the goal isn't to scare them, just to make it weird and not fun. The champion of this method is simple, cheap, double-sided sticky tape. You can buy wide strips of it specifically made for furniture. Place it along the edges where your cat lands. Cats absolutely detest the feeling of anything sticky on their precious paws. It's not painful, just super annoying. They'll hop up, feel the stickiness, go, "Ew, what is this?" and hop right back down. Another great option is to lay down sheets of crinkly aluminum foil. Many cats hate the unexpected noise and the weird texture under their feet. This phase is temporary. Once they learn the table is no longer a cool spot, you can remove the deterrents. Now for the most important part of the entire process, the power of redirection. This is where the real magic happens. So far, we've focused on making the table a no zone. But you can't just have no's. You must provide an enthusiastic, exciting yes zone. Redirection means that the moment you see your cat even thinking about jumping on the table, you know the look, the little butt wiggle. You intercept them, call their name in a happy tone, and toss a favourite crinkle ball in the opposite direction. Grab the one toy and start a game. Call them over to their cat tree for a special, high-value treat. You are actively teaching them that amazing, fun, delicious things happen down on the floor, far away from that boring, sticky, non-smelling table. This rewires their brain to associate good things with the floor and with you, not with the forbidden counter. You can't take away Mount Everest without offering an even better, more appealing mountain. This is where providing an alternative is non-negotiable. You need to invest in a tall, sturdy cat tree or cat condo. And I mean tall. The golden rule is that it needs to be taller than, or at least as tall as, the surface you want them to stay off of. Cats want the best vantage point, so give it to them. Place this new cat tower in a socially significant area of your home, like the living room or near the kitchen, ideally with a good view out a window. This provides built-in cat TV and allows them to survey their kingdom from a safe, designated spot that is 100% their territory. It fulfills their natural instinct to climb and observe, making it their official throne. Your table then becomes just that boring, flat thing over there. Simply buying a cat tree and plonking it in the corner isn't enough. You have to turn that cat tree into the most amazing 5-star luxury resort on planet Earth. You need to sell it to them. When you first get it, sprinkle it with high-quality catnip or silver vine to attract them. Randomly, leave their favourite treats on the different perches for them to discover throughout the day, like a fun treasure hunt. Make a point to play with their favourite wand toy on and around the tree, encouraging them to leap, climb, and pounce all over it. You can even try feeding them their meals on one of the lower platforms. The goal is to load the cat tree with so many positive associations, play, food, scents, views, that the kitchen table becomes completely and utterly irrelevant by comparison. For those of you who want to level up your training and feel like a true cat whisperer, let me introduce you to the clicker. Clicker training is a fantastic form of positive reinforcement that uses a distinct sound, the click, to precisely mock a desired behaviour, which is then immediately followed by a reward. This process makes communication incredibly clear for your cat. In this case, you can teach your cat that 4 paws on the floor is a clickable offence. When they are just hanging out on the floor near the kitchen, click and give them a treat. If they happen to jump on the counter and then you lure them down, click and treat the exact moment their last paw touches the ground. They will very quickly learn that the floor is where the clicks and treats happen, making it a much more profitable place to be. Let's consider another angle. Is your cat just bored? A bored cat is a mischievous cat, and a mischievous cat will find its own entertainment. Sometimes, counter-surfing isn't really about food or height. It's a symptom of a much larger problem, chronic boredom and understimulation. They aren't trying to annoy you, they're desperately trying to find something, anything, to do. Ask yourself honestly, are you playing with your cat enough? A good 15-minute, high-intensity interactive play session with a feather wand or laser pointer at least twice a day can work wonders. This mimics the natural hunt, catch, kill, eat cycle, leaving them feeling physically tired and mentally satisfied. A fulfilled cat has far less energy and motivation for illegal climbing expeditions onto your dinner table. Here's a fantastic way to combat that boredom we just talked about. Make mealtime an adventure. Instead of just dumping their daily ration of kibble into a bowl where it's gone in 60 seconds, make your cat work for their food. Puzzle feeders and food dispensing toys are absolute game changers for indoor cats. These toys require them to bat, chase, and problem solve to get their food out piece by piece. This engages their powerful hunter's brain and satisfies their instinct to forage. It turns a boring 2-minute meal into a stimulating 20-minute mental workout. While they are busy rolling a treat ball around the living room floor, guess what they're not doing? They're not on your kitchen counter looking for trouble. It's an easy and incredibly effective form of enrichment. Sometimes the counter jumping has absolutely nothing to do with food, views, or boredom. Sometimes it has everything to do with you. Over time, your clever cat may have learned that jumping on the kitchen table is the single most effective way to get your immediate and undivided attention. Think about it. You could be totally absorbed in your phone or cooking dinner, but the second those paws hit the counter, you drop everything and interact with them. As we said before, even negative attention is still attention. If you notice your cat primarily does this when you're busy, it's a huge clue. The solution here is strategic ignorance. When they jump up, calmly turn your back and walk away. Give them zero reaction. Then, the moment they jump down, turn back and shower them with praise and affection. They'll learn that paws on the floor get them what they truly want, your love. Alongside all these other methods, you can teach your cat a simple and gentle off command. This isn't about yelling or being intimidating. When your cat is on the counter, approach them calmly. Say the word off in a firm but completely neutral tone. Then either use a treat to lure them down or gently scoop them up and place them on the floor. The crucial part is this. The absolute second that all 4 of their paws are back on the ground, immediately reward them with a high-value treat and some happy praise like good off. Do not push or startle them off the counter, as that just creates fear. The key is to build a positive association. They will learn that the word off means, if I put my paws on the floor, something delicious happens. With enough repetition, they'll start responding to the verbal cue alone. Let's use their amazing sense of smell, which got us into this mess, to our advantage. While they love the smell of tuna, most cats have a strong dislike for the smell of citrus. We can use this as a gentle, humane deterrent. Start by wiping down your countertops with a pet-safe cleaner that has a natural lemon or orange scent. For a stronger effect during the training phase, you can leave fresh orange or lemon peels scattered along the edges of the counter. The scent is pleasant to us, but often off-putting to them. This isn't a scary punishment, it's just making the area smell fundamentally unpleasant to them, which makes it a much less desirable place to hang out. Just be absolutely sure that any cleaners or essential oils you might consider using are confirmed to be non-toxic and safe for cats. It's time to think like a feline military strategist. How is your cat getting onto the counter? What is their launch point? Often they use a nearby chair or bar stool as a stepping stone. The simplest solution? Move the chair. Make the path of least resistance more difficult. You can also make the landing zone less appealing. During the training period, try placing harmless but awkward items on the counter, like upside-down baking sheets or large, empty cardboard boxes. These things make it difficult and unpleasant to find a clear spot to land and walk around. This isn't meant to be a permanent solution for your kitchen decor, of course, but it can be a very effective temporary tool to break the habit and disrupt their established routine, forcing them to reconsider if the journey is still worth it. This is perhaps the most important tip of all. You must be patient. You are not going to solve this problem overnight, or even in a week. Cats are creatures of habit, and you are trying to unlearn a behaviour that has likely been very enjoyable and rewarding for them for a long time. There will be good days and bad days. There will be setbacks. You'll think you've finally won, and then you'll come home to find a single, incriminating paw print in the butter. Don't get angry or discouraged, just clean it up and stick to the plan. Every time you consistently apply these humane methods, you are strengthening new, positive neural pathways in their brain. Training is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with your furry student, and just as importantly, be patient with yourself. While most countersurfing is normal cat behaviour, it's important to know when you might need to call in a professional. If this behaviour starts very suddenly, becomes extreme, or is accompanied by other significant changes, like your cat suddenly eating ravenously, losing weight, or vocalising more than usual, it's time for a trip to the veterinarian. Sometimes what looks like a simple behavioural problem can be a symptom of an underlying health issue, like hypothyroidism or dental pain. If your vet gives your cat a clean bill of health, but the behaviour persists despite your absolute best and most consistent efforts, consider consulting a certified feline behaviourist. They are experts who can help identify very specific triggers in your home and create a tailored plan for your unique cat's personality. Remember that this training process is a journey for you as much as it is for your cat, so make sure you celebrate the small victories along the way. Did your cat hesitate and then choose to go to their cat tree instead of the counter? That's a huge win. Shower them with praise and give them a special jackpot treat. Did you manage to go a full 24 hours without a single counter incident? Amazing! Give yourself a pat on the back. Positive reinforcement works on humans too. Acknowledging the progress, no matter how small it seems, will keep you motivated and positive. This energy will help you stay consistent, which is the ultimate key to success in any kind of animal training. Focus on the good choices they make, and you'll both get there faster. Finally, the most effective strategy isn't just picking one of these tips. It's about creating a holistic plan using the combo method. You need to attack the problem from all angles at once. Step 1. Make the table and counters boring, clean, and unpleasant to be on using sticky tape or citrus scents. That's your defense. Step 2. Simultaneously make an alternative spot, like that tall cat tree by the window, the absolute best, most rewarding place in the entire house. That's your offense. Step 3. Actively combat boredom with daily interactive play sessions and puzzle feeders. And through it all, be consistent, be patient, and remember, you're not punishing your cat. You're teaching them the rules of your shared home in a kind, clear language they can finally understand. It's about building a better partnership. So there you have it. The big secret is out. Your cat isn't a tiny villain, meticulously plotting to ruin your dinner. They're just being a cat. a glorious, climbing, curious, scent-driven tiny predator. By understanding their world and working with their natural instincts instead of fighting against them, you can absolutely have both a happy, fulfilled cat and a clean, paw print-free table. Because at the end of the day, even after they've walked on your keyboard during an important email and knocked over your water glass for the 5th time, we love these fluffy little chaos monsters more than anything. If this video helped you decode your cat's quirky behaviour, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more feline secrets, and share it with a fellow cat parent who is currently at war with their kitchen counter. And for our final question, what's your cat's designated yes spot in your home? Let us know in the comments.